All right, man. It's another beautiful day here in the Philippines. Been up and around doing a few little vlogs or whatever. Wanted to mention a few things, realities, things here that people, I guess, should consider and think about. One, we've been having a couple good days. Like I said, we did a video with Paul, old dog in the Philippines, up at our house yesterday, talking about different things. A lot of my progress coming back. Also did a vlog with a channel called Texas Filipino. James, hell of a nice guy, you know, good old country boy. Got that southern swang going when he talks, you know, just like I do. So anyway, today I wanted to, talk about a few other little things. Today I want to talk about, once you invested everything you have in your dream here in the Philippines or Thailand or wherever you may wind up. You planned, you've stuck your money back, you budgeted, and you think, okay, well, I'm set, I'm ready to go. And you get over here, and after a year you realize my money's getting low. What the heck am I going to do? You know, I've got a girlfriend here. She's pregnant, I'm not making any money. It didn't turn out the way I thought. So what am I going to do now? You know, I can't live like a Filipino. I can't legally work here, not without, the chance of getting caught and deported. So what's your options? What would you do? And I'll tell you what I did. Me and my wife, we were over here, and I was going back and forth to my country about every 6 months, 7 months, and I was working there. Luckily I was able to manage enough work to where I could come back and stay for a period of 6 to 7, 8 months, just depending on what year and how much I would bring back. So that's one thing, but it's really hard, man. It's hard to get on that plane. It's hard to walk away from the one you love, and go back to, in my opinion, where I was at, pretty much the dead zone. You are nobody. You're just another head on the street there, nothing spectacular, nothing special. You don't get to engage in stimulating conversation like you have pretty much over here. We got a lot of good expats. So, that was our first option, and I had small kids. So, I said, no problem, I'll do it. Well, each time I would come back, of course, I would try and invest it in a little business, and I was trying to make it more sustainable where I could stay longer and longer and longer. But it just didn't seem to work out. So I had to face the reality of maybe it's time to go back, which is heart-wrenching, because you've planned never to go back, a lot of you. I know the feeling. And so now we actually went back, and I actually was lucky enough to get all my family over within a year's time. So I had that with me, so we were able to work there and then come back here. So now, in this process, I actually have moved to the Philippines with everything twice. The first time it was in 2004. I shipped all my boxes, everything I had over here, gave up every apartment, car, vehicles, all that in the U.S. So I was here for a period of 7 years, on and off, between bouncing back and two for extra cash. And then now, here 11 years later, we have actually moved back again with everything we own. So I see some expats here who go broke fast, real fast. I see expats here, for instance, one had just told me he was here for about 2 months. He said, man, I've spent $15,000. And he said, I can't see where it went. Well, he's one of these bar flies. So that's where a lot of your money goes. The restaurants here are getting more and more expensive. For instance, if you go to some restaurants and order a beer, it can be $2, $2.50. And if you're a power drinker, man, hammering down them cold Coors Lights or whatever, you're going to pay through the nose for that. So you have to come down to a level of your budget. You have to come down to a level of what I'm comfortable with. And the biggest thing that I stuck in my noodle, the whole time was, if I don't budget, then I'm going to have to go back. And I've set up and invested too much in this dream here for it not to work. I'm an obsessive type person. Always have been. Once I get my mind wrapped around a dream or something, it's really hard for me to ever say, oh, it ain't going to work. I'm sorry. It's what am I going to do? So, that's something you have to prepare for. And if you have a family, if you have somebody here that you care about, be prepared. The best thing to do is have an alternate income, something coming in, something online. A lot of expats do stock market, some do teaching, other things. I have a good friend, Justin Carmack. He's 37 years old. He's the owner of Critter Republic Dive Resort, and he is one of the hardest working people that I know. He kind of reminds me of myself because, he's got his hands in everything from, doing his diving for students, teaching the classes. They're actually redoing a boat, so they'll have their own dive boat. They're marketing. He's doing YouTube channels, so anything and everything. And a lot of it is about applying yourself. So even though, like me, I'm 59. Okay, well, I feel like at times that, I'm retired, but I'm not really retired yet. So, I told my wife, after I had this condition called GBS where I actually went paralyzed, and you who watch my channel, you all know about that. But, I came to the conclusion, I said, well, what if I had to go back to the United States? Well, that was a big no for me. So I realized that, I'm going to be still working here, in the Philippines. My wife and kids, they're all dual citizenship, half Filipino. So, I can actually do the business through them. So I kind of stay out of it. And we'll probably be doing a combination of house building, remodeling, a little bit of that. We're going to do with my son Elvis. He'll be a master diver soon. So he eventually will probably have his own maybe resort, maybe own dive boat, so the sky's the limit here. And somebody actually made the case to me the other day. They said, it is just so many things for kids to do here. And a lot of them are within, 10, 15 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour from the house. So it's just, hey man, I'm going over to a friend's house. Hey, I'm going diving today. Hey, we're going snorkeling today. Hey, we're going up and go hiking at the Japanese temple. We're going to forest camp. We're going to get something to eat with our friends. So it's for my kids to have that, make sure that you plan these things carefully, because the last thing you want to do is have to leave your family here. I left my babies when they were really young, and I would have to actually send them to the store, and then I would just leave because it was so many tears, and my stomach would start dropping, in my foot, time I would go to get on the airplane, knowing I was going back down, to the U.S. there, to where I felt pretty much like I was a nobody. So, anyway, just kind of wanted to throw that out there for you, and number one, stay healthy. If you ain't got your health, you ain't got jack. So we got two things in this world. We got time and we got health. We got our families and our friends. So carefully orchestrate these things together, and they should work good for you. But make sure you have that plan. Have a plan B, to where you don't have to leave. Because I sit here and I look at the sunsets and I look at all this wonderment here, and I'm thinking, how do I deserve something so beautiful? God must definitely love me and my family for helping us through all these things or whatever. But, don't get over here and be stupid. Stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, like Forrest Gump said. So, don't be doing that, man. Don't waste your money and stuff like that. Put it into the quality things in life. So anyway, dude, just a quick shout, of what would you do if this happened to you? Because there are a lot of expats over here that won't go back. They go homeless, such as that. So, it's better that you kind of prepare. All right. Right on, right on, right on. You guys have a nice day out there, and I'm getting ready to go do some eating.